Welcome to the OCR How-To Guides. My name is Kevin Wells and this guide will look at how to take portrait photographs of people. We'll start with using a digital camera and cover the basics of the viewfinder information, composition and lighting. With any sort of camera, it's important to hold it steady to actually minimise the amount of camera shake, otherwise you may end up with some blurred photographs. With a digital camera that's also very important because it's so easy to actually hold the camera out here whilst looking at the LCD in the back of the camera. But that means the camera's further away from the body and there's more chance of some arm movement. By bringing the elbows in, you can actually hold the camera more steady and therefore your photographs should be sharper. Using a standard lens, the shutter speed generally needs to be faster than 1/60th of a second to minimise camera shake if holding the camera by hand. The aperture affects the depth of field, which is the range of distances from the camera which are in sharp focus. The main focus area should be placed on the subject of the photograph. In portraits, the eyes and face are the most important areas. In this first example, the face is in the centre of the frame, but this leaves a lot of empty space above the head. In the second example, the head is too close to the top of the frame. If you position the eyes somewhere around 1/4 or 1/3 of the way down from the top of the frame, a more balanced photograph is obtained. Okay, in this section we're going to be looking at setting up some studio lighting. To start with, a single light off to the left hand side, using an umbrella to bounce the light back onto the subject. Just raising the light up so it's at a reasonable height again, so the light falls down onto the subject's face, powering on, turning on the modelling light. In this simple studio lighting setup, we are using a single light on one side. Make sure the model or subject is far enough away from the background to make sure that their shadow is not in the photograph. The problem with using a single light is that you will get very dark shadows on the opposite side of the face, so one way around this is to use a reflector to bounce some light back. You can see the effect here, but the reflector does need to be quite close. You may need somebody to hold this for you. This time we are using a 3-light system. The main light is on the left hand side, using an umbrella to bounce the light towards the subject. The fill-in light is positioned on the right hand side, which is also fitted with an umbrella. The third light is placed on the floor in front of the background for additional lighting effects. Talk to your model during the photo shoot to make them feel more comfortable. A good portrait pose is to have the body and shoulders at 45 degrees to the camera, but with the head turned to look straight into the lens. In this photo shoot, we are also using a wind machine to put some movement into the model's hair. As well as straightforward portraits, you can also use props to add interest or a theme. Finally, it is good practice to show some of the results to the model. This feedback also helps to make them feel more comfortable.